create a comprehensive tobacco-free environment for our kids and our families at all our public venues would be a huge asset to the city. It's too common that you see coaches with cigarettes in their mouths in the dugouts. You know, it's too common that you see coaches on the third baseline or first baseline with cigarettes. You know, we have rules that prohibit that, but they still do it. We constantly find cigarette butts in our pool. You know, and we do not allow cigarette smoking in our pool either, but people still sneak it and they still get it in. The tobacco, the juice that people spit, you know, stuff like that, that litters our sidewalks at our parks and some of our sidewalks in our pools as well. So I'm all for preventing tobacco use at our public parks as well as our recreation facilities for a more family atmosphere as we move forward.
Erin Murphy, she is with the Lorain County General Health District. She is the program manager of the Health Promotion and Chronic Disease Prevention Department. And Erin will be talking a lot about what some of the other, what other cities in the county are doing regarding smoke-free campuses, smoke-free cities, public properties. And she'll also be going into and answering a lot of questions about tobacco in general, and especially the things that we don't, as most of us, I think all of us up here are non-smokers, don't quite understand. The e-cigarettes, the vape pens, things like that, and why those should also be considered in any future ordinance.
Vaping is another really kind of hot topic issue right now. We know that the rate of use of e-cigarettes and other vaping type apparatuses have tripled in the past 5 years. And in 2015, this is the most recent data that we have that's comprehensive or statewide data, about 21% of Ohio high school users and 5% of middle school students have reported they are current users of e-cigarettes and other vaping products. And on top of that, 41% of Ohio high school students and 13% of middle school students have said that they've tried these products before. We know that secondhand smoking is bad. We've been told that for a while, and Ohio actually was sort of a leader in passing their indoor smoke-free policies years ago. Being around an active smoker does present a significant health risk to those who don't smoke, whether you're an adult, a child, an infant. There are even studies that show that it hurts your pets at home, if you're concerned about that. Because we know that the secondhand smoke does contain the same toxins that those actively smoking are inhaling through the tobacco products that they're using. And the bottom line is that there really is no safe level of exposure to tobacco smoke, and there's no such thing as a safe cigarette or a safe tobacco product. In terms of tobacco exposure in open and semi-open spaces in which something like a park would fall into this criteria, we do have evidence that helps suggest that even short-term exposure to secondhand smoke can lead to eye irritation and respiratory irritation. Outdoor locations with the greatest number of smokers certainly result in average exposure levels that are considered unhealthy for sensitive groups, and peak exposure levels for people where it's hazardous to everyone, not just those that may have a special sensitivity. The odor of secondhand smoke is detectable at over 20 feet, and irritation levels begin at about 13 or 15 feet from the source. Furthermore, as you know, anyone that's ever been positioned downwind, depending on how the wind is blowing, can be exposed even at significant distances.
Why citywide? When we invite the public into our parks, our beaches, our ballparks, public areas, I think that the public has a right to a smoke-free environment. Erin did a terrific job just now of talking about secondhand smoke and how it can travel. And they have a right that when they come in that they're going to be in a healthy environment. And it's the right thing to do. We see this now with our corporate neighbors. The Cleveland Clinic is tobacco-free, smoke-free, campus-wide, all over the state. That's their policy. You can't have there's no smoking area for employees or guests or anything like that. You can't smoke there at all.
Thank you. I did have a conversation with Chief Streeter on this, and the concern is, if you will, quitting cold turkey, and people being approached and being issued citations versus if you have a policy. These individuals can be approached and informed of the policy, and that might be a good idea for a transition. So the chief and I were discussing the possibility of having an initial policy with an effective date in the future where it shall become by ordinance illegal. So phasing in the new rules and regulations, if you will, might be a way possibly to achieve better success than rather than have this effective such and such a date. I know at Lorraine Community College, as of August 1st of this year, they are totally smoke-free, and it appears to be working really well.
President, just a reminder to the public that the 2017 Lorraine County Marine Corps Reserve Toys for Tots program is underway. There are a number of locations in Avon Lake where you will be able to drop off new, unopened, and unwrapped toys. Those locations include Avon Lake City Hall, Avon Lake Regional Water, located on Miller Road, Avon Lake Public Library, Avon Lake Fire Department, which is a 24-hour drop-off, Ridge Cleaners, both on Lear Road and Pin Oak Parkway. And the drive is going to go through Thursday, December the 14th. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. I want to remind the public that there is a presentation sponsored by the Avon Lake Environmental Affairs Advisory Board scheduled for December 6th, 2017 at 6:30 at the Lake House, 32756 Lake Road. And it will be presented by David Karpinski, the Vice President of Operations of LEEDCO, which is the Lake Erie Energy Development Corporation, and it deals with offshore wind turbines. They're going to discuss the 6-turbine wind farm that totaling approximately 21 megawatts of generating capacity, be located 8 to 10 miles off the Cleveland coastline. And these turbines will generate enough electricity to power 7,000 homes.